Madana is securely bridging the gap between data and insights. Essentially, we provide enterprises and companies with a better way to utilize their data and to derive more unique insights. So if you have a lot of data and you're not really using it, but say, hey, maybe I could start monetizing this somehow, you don't necessarily have to sell the whole thing, sell the whole data set to someone else, but rather rent it. So we create an environment where we can encrypt this data, analyze it, and the people at the other end would only get the analysis insights and would not actually get the data. So you keep ownership of your data. My favorite example is the pharma case. So in pharma, there's a lot of data that's been accumulated through the drug development pipeline. And it's not really getting utilized as well as it could be. And there are researchers and research bodies out there that would love to have their hands on this data to advance medicine, to find more cures for diseases. So we would be able to connect these two parties together. One way, the pharma companies would not lose the ownership of their data. Their data would be intact and they wouldn't have to sell it to these research bodies. But at the same time, the research bodies would have access and be able to analyze this data that they don't necessarily have to own. So it kind of happens in between. So we're creating software that will be installed in all the components that have the data, right? And we use the various types of, especially the newest types of encryption methods in order to encrypt this data. So once the data gets transferred over into our analysis processing entities, which is kind of like in the middle of the two participants, that's where the analysis happens. And once the analysis is finished, then the data gets destroyed completely, and that comes out as the insights that you get from the analysis, which goes to the buyer. So let's say, for example, you get every single kind of person in Berlin to install our application on their phones, and that collects their location data. And that also collects certain metadata, like they say these people may be vegan or these people are vegetarian. So say you want to open a vegan restaurant, right? And you go to our platform, you could look and see, okay, well, I want to know where like most of the vegans hang out, right? And you could see heat maps. So you can't necessarily see like individuals, like where these individuals are, names and everything. You can only see the heat map.